What are you doing?
I know it's rookie camp, and I know that they're not in pads, but my gosh, we got some studs in this draft. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, kick dig back here. You know what? The Eagles are on a heater right now. They're on a heater. All of a sudden, since the draft, it seems like things are beginning to go the Eagles' way. We are starting to get some momentum and some good things to happen after I feel like we had a couple months of just negativity. And it starts with rookie mini camps going on yesterday and today. They'll finish it up. But, I mean, look at this. The Eagles have already signed 6 of their draft picks. Eagles signed 6 2026 draft picks, including stud wide receiver Makai Lemon. Also included is Cole Payton. He signed Micah Morris. Cole Wizardowski. UR Bernard. And Keyshawn James Newby. And the others will follow very, very quickly. And speaking of these rookies, they have pretty much been, most of them assigned their numbers. Here they are. Lemon, number 9. We talked about that in the previous video. Nick Foles gave that to him. Stowers, trying to make Todd Stinkston's 87 great again. He gets that. Then you have Bell, 72. Peyton, number 10. Morris, 76. Wizardowski, 21. We got to figure out what's going on 21. I thought 21 was, and I guess it hasn't been, but for some reason, it hasn't been retired, and I think it should be with Eric Allen. But maybe once the other guys playing it, it's kind of too late, I guess. Bernard, 93, and then James Newby is 50. And so those are the rookie numbers. They were on the field. They took the field yesterday practice. The media was out there. And oh my gosh, all I can say is, dude, I love what's going on. Makai Lemon, dude, this dude is, him and DeVonta Smith, they're going to be the 2 best route runners in the National Football League in a few years. I love what they're doing. And these guys are out there. They're all looking good, man. Of course, I know. Philly, you can't lose your mind over rookie camp. And I'm not, but I am. I'm not, but I am. What I like is, I don't know, there's just a feel right now with this team that you're getting a breath of fresh air with a new coordinator. Maybe the A.J. Brown stuff is going to be wrapped up soon. And you feel like things are progressively moving forward. So I really, really like that. I really want to hear and see more from Mannion, which we should at some point shortly. But that offense, I expect decent changes. And I keep hearing people say, well, Jalen Hurts had all these different coordinators, and why didn't these coordinators take their offense to the cities that they left? Well, it's because Nick Sirianni was forcing them to run what he wants them to run. And they didn't really have the ability to run their offense. Hopefully Mannion will have that. And if he does have that, watch out. Because I think the sky's the limit. But it was great seeing those rookies out there. UR Bernard, the undrafted, or the 7th, no, he wasn't undrafted, the 7th round pick. Dude, I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see if Clint Hurt can develop him. And one of the stories that I think came out of that draft pick that people aren't talking enough about, and we'll see if my theory is correct down the road, but I think the fact that they take UR Bernard, they're going to instill Clint Hurt to kind of develop him. I think it tells you that they plan on Clint Hurt being here a while. And I actually think Clint Hurt is the defensive coordinator in waiting once Fangio goes. And I absolutely have no problems, no issues with that. Just like I have no issues with these picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app. It is the best place to win cash while watching sports. It's really easy to use. All you have to do is download the app in the description, then just pick more or less on a few players' stat lines, lock it in, and boom, you're ready to go. The great thing about Prize Picks is it's available in almost all 50 states, including California, Texas, Florida. Okay. And when it look at the lineups that I got for today, let me show you because I think you're going to like this. We're just coming off the draft. And my thing is, what is Francisco Mendoza going to do? What's he going to do? How many games is he going to play? They have him listed at 6.5 starts this year, over under. I'm taking it. I'm taking him to start over 6.5 games. Why wouldn't he? I think that's an easy play. The other, and I think this is just as easy, Jalen Hurts over under 21.5 touchdowns. That's right, 21.5 touchdowns. My man is about to go off this year. So I am going to lock those two bets in, Mendoza, Jalen Hurts, and I think we're going to be good to go. All you have to do is download the app, use code HMA, play your first $5 entry, and you'll instantly get $50 in lineups. That's $5 entry to get $50 in lineups. Just use the link in the description. A big thanks to Prize Picks for sponsoring this show. Use code HMA. Play $5 to get $50 in lineups. And let's see what you got. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. And yeah, as we're saying, it feels like just the energy feels like there's a fresh breath air with the draft picks, with things that are going on, with the fact that A.J. Brown, that whole thing may be resolved sooner. At this point, I got slapped in the face during the draft. I realized, and I was one of those people, for whatever reason, was hoping that somehow he was going to stay and we were going to be able to keep going with this thing. It doesn't look like that's going to happen now, although I wish it would still, but it looks like he's gone. And, at this point, you just want to wrap it up and get it over with so we don't have to talk about it. We don't have to see him, being miserable or watching the same clips of things that people said that he did as an Eagle. We could just move forward. And A.J. Brown was at rookie minicamp today, or actually yesterday, because he's got a football camp, I believe, coming up soon. So A.J. Brown, he was there, and I don't think it's going to mean anything. Sure, of course, I would love to keep him if I could, but, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So what we could hope for, and what we, been talking about for months now, is you got to go out and you got to get yourself at least a first-round pick. And I want a bidding war. I want a bidding war for A.J. Brown. I don't want to just give him to New England because that's his childhood team, and they've been pushing and they've been tampering. I mean, come on. We need to do a whole video on the amount of tampering that has been done with A.J. Brown. No question about it. But they've been tampering. They tried to do everything they can to get A.J. Brown to Philly. I saw a thing yesterday, and I have to see if I can find it, but it was a clip of the Super Bowl when the Eagles won. Edelman handed a little note to A.J. Brown. What do you think was on that note? Was it like, hang in there, we're going to get you, you're coming to New England, we got a plan, something like that? That's what I want to know. But I'm hoping that he ends up somewhere else, unless they give us a lot. And it looks like we may actually get a bidding war going on here. Check this out. Rams are getting aggressive. To get aggressive in trade market soon. Could they restart A.J. Brown talks? Not only did everybody think that Makai Lemon was going to go to the Rams, they take a quarterback. It looks like because they still need a wide receiver, they could be back in the market for A.J. Brown. And this is what I was saying before, that you're going to get teams that are going to come out of the draft and maybe they don't get the receiver, the guy they're exactly looking for. And because of that, they're willing to pay a little more. They got an older quarterback. They got a team that needs to win now. Not next year, not in 2 years, not in 3 years. They need to win, like, now. So if you look at the Rams, they need to win now. They need to win now. Not 3 years, not 4 years, but right now because of Stafford. So, yeah, maybe they'll be willing to get into this A.J. Brown sweepstakes, and they'll be ready to pony up a draft pick. We know the Rams in the past have had no problem paying or giving away draft picks to get guys to hopefully give them a chance to win Super Bowl. It's worked once for them, so why couldn't it work again? But it looks like the Rams may be getting involved. And then to me, this is even better news. And get this, like this one, this should be a no-brainer. If you're the Kansas City Chiefs, this has to be the biggest no-brainer. Like, I don't understand why the Chiefs, and I don't understand why teams think like this. Like, oh, we got this great quarterback. We got Patrick Mahomes, and we got Josh Allen, and we got to pay him a lot of money. But let's not give them any weapons. Let's not give them weapons so that they can go out and, put even bigger numbers and even do more damage to teams. We'll just give them average guys and they'll make them better. I've never understood that. It was like when the Eagles with their offensive line, I used to say all the time, yeah, Miles Sanders all right, but what would a really talented top of the line running back do with the Eagles offensive line? What would that look like? And then Barkley comes and he goes for 2,000 yards, perhaps has the greatest season, arguably, in running back history. So I don't understand why the Chiefs, with Patrick Mahomes, who will throw up 50-something touchdowns, you got weapons, would not be getting him weapons. But it looks like all of a sudden we may have the Chiefs biting. We got the fish, the little the water bobby thing, wherever the fish is, the bobby is bouncing up and down, and the Chiefs are nibbling. And we just need to give them a whiff of that ass, and we need to bring them in and let them bite, and then we can get the Chiefs maybe to get involved in this as well. They look like all of a sudden they want to nibble. You got the fish, the rod, you threw the line in the water, the bobby is sitting there floating and it's getting pushed underwater a little bit, it's getting nibbled. And it's the Chiefs. Chiefs want possibly to get involved in this. Chiefs unexpectedly emerge as possible trade destination for A.J. Brown amid Patriots' interest. All right, and it goes on to talk about, Bleacher Report talking about how the Chiefs could be involved. Now, you may be saying, well, if the Chiefs get it, they're probably going to have a late pick, whatever. What I'm hoping and what I want is I want competition. I want the Patriots to have to outbid the Rams and the Chiefs and these teams to essentially bring up the price for AJ, and the Eagles will go out and get more. So this is great news for the Eagles because it looks like we are going to have multiple possibilities of getting, something great for A.J. Brown, and we're going to have teams possibly bidding against each other, which is what you want. There's no reason why the Patriots should sit back, be the only team that's going to get them, try to lowball us, have their coach doing what he's doing, trying to, tamper with the Eagles. No, now you got to pay. Now you got to pay the piper, and that's what I like. So keep going, man. Keep bringing more teams to the bargaining table. That's why Howie Roseman came out last week, said, no, there's no deal in place for A.J. Brown. There's no handshake deal. There's nothing. We are basically, we'll see what we do. We'll see what it is. A.J. right now is an Eagle. He's saying it because he's telling the rest of the teams the door is open. So this is good news for the Eagles. Another day of rookie mini camps. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Go Flyers. Go Sixers. And I definitely will talk to you later. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision, baby. We're all just living in it. So one guy I didn't talk about with training camp that I want to keep an eye on is David Akers' kid. David Akers' son was at Luke Akers, is at camp. He's wearing his dad's number 2. All right, he's wearing dad's number 2. Now, did the Eagles, did they bring him in to just give him a look-see? Or are they trying to send a message? Or are they going to bring him into training camp to compete with Elliott? I said this, and I'll say this again. I like Jake Elliott, but the last 2 years, he's been really inconsistent, and I think you need to bring in some competition, put a little pressure on him, and get him to understand you've got to be better this season. And I think just for the possibility that he's not, we should be looking at kickers, no doubt about it. With that said, Denzel Washington, out. That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.